Okay, we're going to look at a triangle. Shame this is equilateral, it doesn't have to be, but it will do for this demonstration of the sine rule, cosine rule, and how to find the area of a triangle. So the key for the sine and the cosine rule really is making sure you label the triangle correctly. You can call these angles in any order, but they have to be the capital letters A, B, and C, and then to label the sides you look for the side opposite to the angle and you give it the lowercase version of the letter of the angle it's opposite to. Okay, and then ordered in this way it will work. Now we're going to look at the sine rule, two forms of it. So the sine rule, so this is to do with the ratios between the sine of the angles and the sides. So the sine of A over A is equal to the ratio of the sine of B and B. Looks like a beta, but it's a capital B anyway. It's equal to the sine of C, and also if it's more convenient you can write this rule as A over sine A is equal to B over sine B is equal to C over sine C, and this makes sense. Just taking the reciprocal of each one, and if you take the reciprocal of both sides of the equation still holds true. Okay, so the cosine rule. The cosine rule states that the side C, if you square that, that's equal to A squared plus B squared minus 2AB cos C. Hopefully you can see from these two rules that to find any side or angle you want, so this one, if you're trying to find a side, you need the other two sides and an angle. So if you want in this side C, the angle that you've got, you make sure you label that big C, and then hopefully you can see how this works. You have to you label the triangle in such a way that it's useful for you. And with these sine rules, because there's three equations, all this is saying is the ratio between any of the angles, the sine of any of the angles, and the side opposite to that angle is equal to the ratio between any of the other angles, the sine of that over the opposite of there. So you can to use the sine rule, you need a problem that involves two angles, two sides. Okay, so that's either you know two angles and you know one side and you need to find another side, or you know two sides, you know one angle, you need to find another angle. Whereas this cosine rule involves three sides, one angle. So here you either have one angle and two sides and you want to find another side, or you have all three sides and you want to find an angle. Okay, so that's when you know when to use each rule. And you can rearrange these in any way you like. You must have seen these at GCSE, so they should be familiar. And what you will have also seen at GCSE is the area of the triangle is equal to 1/2 AB sine C. And this just means that if you take the sine of any of the angles and then you multiply it by 1/2 and by the two sides which are not opposite to the angle. So these two sides have to be the ones that are not opposite to the angle, hence why we've labelled them A, B, and then the angle C, because we don't have little c in here, because little c is opposite to capital C. So that's the formula to remember. That's pretty simple. That's literally all we're going to cover in this video. The next video we're going to look at a lot more trigonometry, maybe some arc length stuff and the like. So stay tuned for that. If you do have any questions about these rules that you need clarifying, be sure to let me know in the comments. But for now, that's it, and I hope to see you in the next.